left with is this gaping hole in my heart.
But don't you see? All you really love about her is her mystery.
Oh, he's fantastic.
If you knew as I do, you'd feel quite different.
Has Phil's vision of Kelly faded into a hopeless dream?
I just know he
Can he
loves
learn to
me.
love the hard-faced stranger she's become?
I could hardly speak for excitement.
Have you flipped or something?
Yes.
She was trapped in a web of mystery by the haunting
Can
face
I
of her
have
husband.
there aren't enough tall, dark, handsome hunks of men to go
Patty's
around?
problem there.
For Sharon,
Not so much.
love meant only heartbreak
Do you
and
think I should
lonely
go
nights.
ahead or...
A little ditty especially for you.
Oh, come in. I was just going to the shops. Thought I'd catch a cup of coffee. Usually in my office, it's less public than the common room.
There have been times I've had to make do with the desk in the corridor. What kind of turnout can I expect?
Well, I've had a word with some of the younger ones, the fourth years, and I think they're pretty interested.
Righto.
Don't go over the top, will you?
It isn't my enthusiasm which is in question, is it?
Well, at least you've got her settled nicely into a routine. She's flat out.
No one can say we're not in a routine.
Would you like anything from the shops?
No.
You know, your father and I were talking last night. We were wondering what you're going to do about a christening. Well, it's a way of welcoming a newcomer into a family, isn't it?
Maybe some of us don't feel like welcoming her. Well, you didn't, did you, when I told you she was on the way? Neither of you did. It'll be the end of everything, you said. The end of life as you know it. Well, you were right.
Well, we all say things.
In the heat of the moment. I know. Look, let's just forget it, okay? I'm just not in the mood.
Very well. You feel that way?
Yes, I do feel that way. Oh, I know you think I made my bed, so now I've got to lie in it. But you had a hand in it too. All those red faces whenever I asked about sex. All that changing the subject and leaving the room. You left me to find out about it for myself. And that's exactly what I did, isn't it?
Catherine, that simply isn't
Tell
fair.
that to the baby, because it's too late to waste your breath on me.
I've never, ever tried to hide anything from you. About sex or anything else. You think because I'm your mother that I've got all the answers, don't you? When I haven't. Any more than you have.
Mum! Mum!
The careers officer's in today. Fancy giving him a whirl.
Is there any point?
One way of finding out, isn't there?
Okay. Where is he?
Miss Sullivan's office. Oh, there's one problem though. Means we missed domestic science.
There used to be a list, careers for girls. Do you remember? Everything from C for chambermaid to K for kennel maid.
Some would prefer we went back to it.
Back to what?
The old segregation system. Nice, gentle, undemanding jobs for the girls. Tough professional ones for the boys.
Like who?
The girls themselves. Oh, you can make a law to stop differentiating between the sexes. You can tell them till you're blue in the face they're equal to the boys. But it's what they tell themselves that really counts.
And where do we fit into all this? Or don't we?
The theory is we can throw a spanner into the works, throw out a challenge, hope they rise to it.
And if they don't?
Then they'll carry on being the good, obedient girls they've been brought up to be, won't they? They'll go obediently into some typing pool, walk obediently down the aisle, and end up obediently pushing a pram about.
Isn't it your job to make them face up to these things?
I'm not a miracle worker. I can't make the blind see. What do you hang about? Find out for yourself. Sarah Andrews. Good morning, Sarah.
I was around your place last night. Oh. How are things? With Michael? Run in bloody circles since you asked. He never takes anything seriously, does he? Ever. Seems to make a joke out of everything. You've noticed that, have you? Whenever I try and talk, you know, about anything at all, he starts wisecracking all over the place. Like he's afraid to be serious or something. But I thought it was serious between you two. Some chance. The thing is, I'm glad it's not in a way. He's stupid, I know that. But if you're not involved, if there isn't anything there, where's it all supposed to be going? Where's the point in it? Have you told him all this? I'd just laugh it off, wouldn't he? And it's not just me who won't take seriously. It's just girls.
All right, let's put your schoolwork to one side for a moment. What about hobbies? A career can just as easily come out of a hobby as schoolwork.
Don't really have any.
You must do something with your spare time.
Listen to music.
Pop music?
What other sort is there? Watch telly. I read a bit.
Good. What kind of reading?
No. Oh boy. Jackie. Mates. The usual kind of thing.
What about your parents? Have you discussed your future with them at all?
Sometimes.
And?
And what?
And what advice have they given you?
None. Well, I'll probably get married, won't I? True. There's one thing I'd quite like to do.
Oh.
Probably not on, no.
We'll know that when you tell us what it is.
Oh, come on, Sarah.
Come on, love. That's what we're here for.
What I'd really like to do is be a lion tamer.
Try and calm yourself down, please, love. What kind of pills were they?
Tranquilizers.
Were they prescribed by a doctor?
I was in the other room with you.
What sort of tranquilizers? What type of tranquilizers? Try and think, please.
Valium.
How many were left, roughly?
I don't remember. It's just a mine. I don't remember.
And who were they prescribed for?
Me. Oh.
Well, where do your interests lie?
School-wise.
In general?
Languages, I suppose. It's what I'm best at. I thought perhaps university.
Do you think you're up to it?
Why'd you say that? As if... Well, without giving me a chance.
I'm only asking you what others will ask you.
No one knows I'm not up to it, do they?
Mrs. Saunders, we've cleared her stomach out. There's nothing. Apart from some discomfort, there's nothing wrong at all. You see, there's really nowhere there could have been. She's far too young to put anything in her mouth herself. Maybe you finish the pills. They can make one rather forgetful.
I just saw the empty bottle and... Oh! And she's all right now. You're sure?
I think you can say there's life in her yet.
Am I supposed to fill the perform or something?
No, we don't need to bother about that just yet. So, do you intend to stay on at school and take A-levels? Or...
I hadn't really thought about it.
what do you see yourself doing in 5 years' time? Ideally, if you had the choice.
Amanda, listen to me, Amanda, not to him.
Something scientific? Artistic, perhaps?
Artistic, I suppose.
Maths. How are you on that? What's 16 away from 60?
He's just trying to trap you to make you look stupid. Don't answer him.
44.
Correct. And that's exactly the number of working years you have ahead of you. Unless you decide to make that 40 years and stay on at school, get some extra qualifications.
Qualifications? If there are all these wonderful jobs about, how come he ends up a boring old careers officer, eh?
Women don't usually work that long, do they?
Good one, Mandy. Let's see him try and wriggle out of that
They could
one.
if they wanted to, even with bringing up a family.
Only the really clever ones.
The girl in before you accused me of dismissing her without giving her a chance. Now you're dismissing yourself. Why? The fact is, anyone can do what they want. It all depends whether you want to get yourself a career of some kind or just go through the motions.
I wouldn't have come at all if that was it, would I?
The point is, I can only tell you what's involved. The rest you've got to do for yourself. It seems pretty hostile and unwelcoming out there, doesn't it? And it is. No point in pretending otherwise. When it comes down to actually facing it, you can do one of two things. You can lose yourself in marriage and babies, or you can decide to have a go and have a family later.
Have a go at what?
Have a go at changing it. There's plenty about it needs changing.
What does he think you are, a miracle worker?
How can I change anything? I'm just me, one person.
If you're bright enough to ask that, you should be able to work out the reply.
Just get up and walk out. We've wasted enough time with these creeps already. Come on, just stand up and walk out.
If you change yourself, or how you feel about yourself, then other people will change how they feel about you. I mean, you may not change the world, but you can change the way you fit into it. How come you've been taking tranquilizers anyway? Oh, I just get jumpy sometimes. It's being on my own so much. Anything can get out of proportion if you think about it, you know. Mum would have a fit if she knew you took stuff like that. Oh, she's not gonna know. You know, until I got that shock with her today, I don't think I ever really loved her. Well, not properly. I cared for her and I looked after her, but I always resented her. I kept remembering what it was like before.
The old single life. Even that crummy job didn't seem so bad when I look back on it. Oi. You know, they did an experiment once to show people what having a child was like. They tied an egg onto a piece of string, then tied it onto a person's wrist, 24 hours a day, for days. Shut up. No, I'm not kidding. They had to go to work with it, sleep with it, the loo, everything. It was to see what it felt like, being tied to someone else, every second of every day. Which is what I resented most of all, I think. Till today.
I know what you mean.
Do you?
Amanda, not too busy to talk to your old mate, are you?
She wants to talk to us about the christening.
Christening? Go on, do me a favour. Nobody bothers about christening the kids nowadays, do they?
Well, it makes everything okay, does it?
Well, what's the point? I mean, it's not as if Kath and Terry are even religious.
It's a custom, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it sounds pretty hypocritical to me.
Have you ever been to a christening as a matter of interest?
No.
Well, it seems pretty hypocritical to give an opinion on something you know nothing about. Hmm?
Work's all very well, but there's a time and place, right? And we've got more important things to talk about. Like a certain husky fella by the name of Gary. You know, if you don't do something soon, you'll miss the boat altogether, Amanda. Can't have that, can we? No boyfriend at your age. People will begin to think there's something wrong with you. No hurry. Besides, I haven't finished with you yet, not by a long way. Lovely, charming. Without me, you're nothing. You hear that? A big, flat zero. Say goodbye to me and you'll say goodbye to romance and boys and fun. You hear me? You'll be on your own.
And who's going to fork out for it? It's a joke, isn't it? We never even got married in church.
It's got nothing to do with that.
What then?
Well, it's just the way things are. It's going to be on her school forms and her records and
But
then...
no one gives a monkeys about all that.
They do. And if we didn't care what they thought, we wouldn't have got married, would we? If you can't beat them, join them. She may as well too.
Your mummy's up with a rocker, isn't she, eh? Off her rocker. Do you want another coffee? Or beer? There's some in the fridge.
No, thanks.
Well, how about coming up to my room? We could listen to some records. Oh, come on, no one's going to rape anyone, are they?
Very funny.
Oh, what's the matter with you this evening? You and Mandy are all matey again, aren't you? So everything's okay, right?
Wrong.
Why?
Because I'm not sure there's any point anymore in us, you know?
Oh, fair enough.
Is that all you can say?
Well, what do you want me to say? Go soft all over the place? Bended knees routine? No way.
I just thought you might show you're sorry. Or something.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it always comes back to that, doesn't it? You droning on about what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking. Oh, girls.
Only because you never want to talk about things like that.
Maybe because I'd feel like a right bloody idiot if I did.
Why? Because boys aren't supposed to have feelings, aren't supposed to show they care in case people might think they're queer.
Oh, bloody hell.
You're always laughing at girls, mocking us because we don't mind showing we've got emotions. That makes us pathetic to you, doesn't it?
Did I say that?
You didn't have to. Well, I'd much rather be that way any day than be so worried about my macho image I didn't dare feel anything for anyone.
Oh, yes, and while we're on about it, it's just typical of a girl to get all bloody pseudo-psychological, isn't it? Oh, Polly.
We've had fun, haven't we? It's been a laugh.
Why can't I just carry on?
Because it isn't enough.
Well, what more is there?
Friendship.
Oh, come on, we are friends.
Friends talk, don't they? We're going out, going steady. Call it what you like. I'm not your friend. I'm your girlfriend. Never mind, I might have opinions or ideas, just so long as I look presentable and we have a laugh. Because that's what life's all about, after all. One big joke. Or maybe I was, for letting you turn me into one.
And a christening doesn't have to be anything grand after all. I mean, just a few relatives, a few close friends. Of course, if it's something that you'd rather
No, it's
not.
all right, Mum. We'll do it.
Oh, such enthusiasm. You make it sound like an act of surrender.
Yes, it is, love. Yeah. Sugar over there if you want it.
No, I'm in more.
No? Oh, well, good. That's
She's
right.
going to be full up by the time you go out.
Oh, no, she'll be fine.
What time's the ceremony?
3 o'clock. We should be back here by 4.
Oh, to feed the 4,000 by the look of it.
Oh, get on with it, watching. I've got a bottle of scotch here and there's a bottle of white wine. I'll put that in the fridge, shall I?
Oh, yes, all right.
We're a bit low on the old dry sherry. I suppose I better nip round and get some.
Yeah, got some money?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay, well, hurry up. Don't be long.
Don't be long, will you?
Now, Catherine, come on, go and get Jonas, love.
Oh, let me have her. Make sure her nappy's dry, won't you? Because that's probably why she's crying. Here, it's a clean one.
Oh, Amanda, will you go and clear up your room, love? Looks like a bomb city. Go on, get on with it. Be quick.
With his hand. All right. Michael, you don't mind looking after the baby for a minute, do you?
Oh, come on. What do I know about babies?
Well, it's time you learned, isn't it?
Oh, shush, 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 shush.
He's not such a bad bloke after all. She's not such a bad baby. If you like that sort of thing. And these, all of them, the whole lot. You're really enjoying this, aren't you? Yep.
Hey, watch it.
Where's the baby?
Oh, she's in a pram. Well, it's all right. I'll go have something to look at.
That was the final episode of SWALK. Next week, new season's children's programmes transfer to Network 2.
My, you're a pretty little thing, aren't you? Eh? Just like a little girl should be. You and I are going to see a lot of each other when you grow up.